Good morning and assalamu alaikum. This lecture is for grade 10 biology and our today's topic is carbon cycle. First of all, we will look at what actually carbon is. Carbon is a virtually important molecule in the carbon cycle. Most of the substances contains carbon, for example protein, nucleic acids, lipids, carbohydrates and other molecules which are important to our life. They contain carbon inside them. Actually, we will discuss about carbon cycle, how carbon dioxide moves throughout the environment or atmosphere. So we will discuss all these steps in which ways carbon will move within the atmosphere. Carbon is present in the atmosphere as a gas, carbon dioxide. We already know that in the air carbon is present in the form of gas, CO2, which make up approximately 0.04% of the atmosphere, of the complete atmosphere. There is only 0.04% of carbon dioxide. It is also present in oceans and fresh waters as dissolved carbon dioxide. Carbons are also present in rocks such as limestone in the form of carbonates. Calcium, it is a composition of calcium, carbon and oxygen, so it is calcium carbonate. Now we will discuss about carbon dioxide. Carbon is not present or does not exist in isolated form. It is also present in the combined or molecular form, like carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide is actually a greenhouse gas. The function of carbon dioxide is to trap heat in the atmosphere or to maintain the amount of heat in the atmosphere. Without it and other greenhouse gases, Earth would be frozen world. So carbon has been playing an important role in the atmosphere. Humans have burned so fuel that there is about 30% more carbon dioxide in the air today than there was 150 years ago. Because of our living habits, now the amount of carbon dioxide is getting exceed. Now we will come towards the carbon cycle. The global movement of carbon between the abiotic environment, including the atmosphere and the ocean and organism, is known as carbon cycle. I will repeat: the global movement of carbon between the abiotic environment, including the atmosphere and ocean and organism, is known as carbon cycle. If you can see here, carbon in atmosphere. From atmosphere, plants are taking carbon dioxide to make food, and from plants are being eaten by animals, so they are taking carbon dioxide from plants. And another option is plants and animals, when they die, they will decompose. The decomposers will break down those plants and animals, which will help to release the carbon dioxide in atmosphere and soil. Bodies which do not decompose after many years become part of oil or coal deposits, and from oil or coal, fossil fuels are burned, carbon dioxide return into the atmosphere. For example, when we burn coal, it releases carbon dioxide in atmosphere, and carbon slowly released from the substances. So both of these processes, carbon will go back into the air, and also carbon will go back into the atmosphere from here also. This is the carbon cycle. In general, I will summarize it for you. From atmosphere, plants are taking carbon dioxide, okay, for their food, and animal eat those plants and getting carbon dioxide. When those plants and animals, they will die, they will release carbon dioxide to atmosphere and soils, and the bodies which do not decompose, they will turn into coal or oil, and when we will burn that coal and oil, they will release carbon dioxide, which will go back into the atmosphere. So this is the summary of the carbon cycle. Now we will see it step by step. How? First is photosynthesis. During the process of photosynthesis, all the plants, algae, cyanobacteria, and all these other elements which are dependent on carbon, they will release the carbon dioxide. They will remove the carbon dioxide from air and fix or incorporate into the complex organic compounds such as glucose. In simple way, they will take the carbon dioxide from the atmosphere and convert that carbon dioxide into useful substances. This is the equation of photosynthesis. The plants will take the carbon dioxide and water and convert into glucose and oxygen. Second is decomposition of animal and plants, respiration, soil microorganism respiration. Many of the compounds are used as a fuel for cellular respiration by producers that made them by a consumer that eat producers or by a decomposer that breaks down the remains of the producers or consumers. The process of a cellular respiration returns carbon dioxide to atmosphere. A similar carbon cycle occurs in aquatic ecosystem between aquatic organisms and dissolved CO2 in water. In simple, I will summarize it for you now, that many of the compounds which are being used for fuels, they release the carbon dioxide. Okay, many of the animals which are producing which are eating plants, they will get the carbon dioxide. When they will release their feces, carbon dioxide will go back into the atmosphere. Cellular respiration is what? Glucose and oxygen, when it will break down, it will convert back into carbon dioxide, water and energy. Partly decomposed plant remains. For example, the plants which do not decompose completely, they will change into coal. Okay, when we will burn the coal, it will release carbon dioxide and it will go back into the atmosphere. Here are some pictures that they are taking the coal out and burning it. Nothing is important in this. Marine plankton remains. Marine means water. Plankton is a plant. When those marine plankton remains for the years, they change into the oils, and oil is used as a burning fuel. So when that burns, it also change it back into carbon dioxide. Combustion, natural or human process. When there is combustion, means burning, the oxidation process will occur and the carbon dioxide will also release back into the atmosphere. So for today's lecture, we discussed about the carbon dioxide, how we can get carbon dioxide, what is the cycle of the carbon, how the carbon dioxide or carbon moves in the environment through different processes. This is it for today. What you have to do, you have to draw a map of carbon dioxide which you have seen before, and you have to submit it in your related group. This is it for today. Thank you very much and have a good day ahead.